this system lets you build your own Clay. That's what this whole thing's a white label. You can connect with our data providers and literally build your own Clay ecosystem and be cheaper than Clay. And Palo's, all these companies are worth billions of dollars, which means they have a lot of shareholders who need their money back. So we'll always be cheaper as like a grassroots community. The reason why I got so excited about James is he solves that problem for, let's say, about 30% of the people out there. They're doing their own ads, great. They're generating their own leads, great. You're past the prospect. Now he is working on instantly generating an appointment from that, because there is still obviously a good chunk of the community that isn't good at converting their leads to sales and appointments, even if they're opted in through Google or Facebook. So with James and anyone that is on Avoca Data, you can create your own team. So what I actually was going to do with my team, once I found what James's account was, I was going to invite him to my team, because I need someone like James to help my clients. I easily have about 1,000 people on a wait list that I don't sell services to, because I don't do what they need exactly, which might be that lead generation, that in-between step to take it from a paid lead into a appointment. And maybe someone is just using data and needs someone an email to do their prospecting. Email is the best example, because our emails are great. We send out 99% deliverability on our go high level. We send about 30,000 new emails a day, and I can show that if you want. But that's not the science of it. The science of it is staying out of spam and whitelisting your domain and keeping track of all the new alerts Google puts out that they want you to have on your DNS. You know, there's a lot to it. This isn't just copyright and pressing a button, sending an email. Like, we need people who send emails that get results. And the only way results are generated is by solving those first two issues of spam and also the non-deliverability. So this is what we'll be migrating. This is going to be a free program for the most part. Obviously, there'll be some things that are paid features, but we have 7,000 users now. We've had a total of probably 900 paid customers. Those 900 paying customers, on and off, a lot of them come back, a lot of them leave, but a lot of them do come back because they got what they need. They are the ones we need to connect with those other 6,100 people, because we will get those individuals, those 6,100 people paying us, only if those 900 people who know what they're doing are able to service them correctly. Where do we win with all this? Well, if you are already paying us, or you have paid us and now you're servicing clients on the same system, if you're doing transactions, we get a fee. So that's how this whole thing works together. That's where we want to sit in the middle. And that is how we ideally see solving all these problems. And two other things I'll tag: you can create different projects. And if someone is on your team, you can assign it. And all of these columns, like we were talking about data before, and the speed and the optimization, all of these columns you can customize and create your own. So if you remember the Avoca Data building your own table, it was more complicated. This is a lot more simple. You can't upload data into these tables, but if you wanted to create a nice way of organizing everything for each client or maybe each proposal, you can do that. And within every single one of these tasks, you can comment, you can tag people, you can add attachments. So maybe you're attaching invoices to clients. If maybe you're managing who pays every month and maybe you have a project of all your paid users, you can create subtasks for any task. And just like we said before, you can create all of your custom fields. The second big thing here is the channels. Basically have its own Slack built in, and this works with your team. So if you can organize, if you want to add documents for the whole channel, maybe you make the channel a consumer, maybe you make the channel a proposal network, or maybe jobs that you receive, and maybe paying clients. So now you have a neat, clean way of organizing all the clients that pay, because we're serious. We have gotten to this point by being very transparent about what's needed, what we do, what we don't do, and what our plans to actually solve some of these problems in the future are. The core product that is running that we sell is the intent. So for $4.99 a month, you get to get unlimited data for any topic. That you get one topic a month. You get to change the topic every month. And as you go month to month, you will never lose the data from the previous month. What's cool about that is if you flip this white label tab, you have just created your own Clay, your own ZoomInfo, your own Apollo, whatever you want to name it. They're all the same. That was always the point. All of them are the frick. And you can now, if you ever use Go High Level, just like Go High Level, connect your domain, connect your merchant, and connect your email so all of the leads that get sent to your customers will actually come from you, not from us. No one will know that it is us that's actually doing this for you. Within this section, you can organize all the databases you've ever purchased. You can create plans for people to pay you. If you stay subscribed month to month, you never lose access, and you can consistently create your own plans. You can name it the best data. We'll call it buy 2 months, get 1 free. Same as 1 database per month. And we give you 1,000 contacts a minute. What that means is you can only download on every save 1,000 records, but you can save an infinite amount of time. That 1,000 limit extends to your users in your white label. So if you choose to make it 1,000,000 credits a day, you have to make sure that your user does not download more than 1,000 credits at once. And additionally, you need to make sure no 2 users or 3 users or 4 users download more than 1,000 credits in a 60-second time span, rolling average. You can control if you want them to pay you monthly or yearly for the data, and all of these databases are included. If you pay us for the enrichment, you can resell data enrichment and skip tracing to all the databases. And then any of the databases you're subscribed to, you can select specifically for that user to be able to access when they pay you. So I'll call it EDM music. Go off, hit save. If you had your merchant account connected, you would instantly be able to get paid. So we go over to pricing. We'll see that this plan for 3 months is here. Now, if you set the website, you just go to white label. You just enter in your DNS and IP address and your wherever you're hosted, GoDaddy. So
that part, yes.
There are 2 ways to customize it: the fancy way and the boring way. So you'll see this just says this is the content, right? Consumer leads, business leads, homeowner lists. All I did to make this pretty was copy and paste it into ChatGPT to make it prettier. Second thing is custom website pages. All of this is done with ChatGPT, right, or Claude. I don't write any of this. I'll just copy and paste it. So after ChatGPT and Claude do its thing, this is what I'm left with, which is a few prompts. So you would have the flexibility to actually work with all of that yourself, customize it how you need. This was a different customization this guy was playing with. He basically just used Claude, ChatGPT once again. He didn't add in any of the material for the H1 or H2. He just pasted it all here. Just pasted everything.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Because you don't have to use these. You can overwrite them. You get unlimited data enrichment. So if you were to come in and maybe you scrape the Secretary of State of Illinois, because you can actually download 10,000 businesses at a time. What's the most common name? Say John.
Yeah, John, right.
Okay. So if you wanted to go off and you can go on Fiverr, I mean, this isn't hard to scrape. Find someone for $15. They can scrape this whole database for you. And then on the $4.99 plan, you can actually upload it to Avoca Data, your own databases. If you were to do that, you can enrich that new data to the records we have. You can select, oh, I want to enrich it to this maybe. I'm just going to pick anything random. And then you can pick the columns to match to. So maybe you want to match company name. If you were to do that, maybe you uploaded the spreadsheet you did. Now you can compare that spreadsheet to all the records in the whole system to try to find their LinkedIns and emails and all that stuff in between with just this information here.
Got it.
And that's what I was mentioning about it being similar to Clay, where you can make your own environment.